Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, why do I keep doing this to myself? Why is saving money so hard, even when you genuinely want to do better? Because most financial advice completely ignores one thing. Your brain was never designed for the kind of financial world we live in today. And once you understand that, a lot of your past decisions start making way more sense. In the next few minutes, I want to show you why people overspend, avoid investing, panic during market crashes, or keep repeating financial habits they swore they'd stop. Not from a just work harder angle. I mean what's actually happening inside your brain while you're making those decisions. Because when you finally understand the psychology behind money, you stop seeing yourself as broken or lazy, and you start seeing the real problem. Let's get into it. Here's something most people never think about. Your brain is incredibly advanced, but financially, it's kind of outdated. The human brain evolved in a world where survival depended on quick decisions. If food was available, you ate it. If there was danger, you reacted instantly. If your group rejected you, that could literally threaten your survival. That wiring helped humans stay alive for thousands of years. But fast forward to today, and now we're expected to think about retirement accounts, compound interest, long-term investing, mortgage rates, credit scores, all these systems that barely existed for most of human history. And the weird part is, we expect our brains to naturally handle all of this perfectly. But your brain still prefers immediate rewards over distant ones. It still hates uncertainty. It still reacts emotionally to loss. So when you spend money impulsively, avoid investing, or struggle to save consistently, your brain isn't failing. It's actually doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem is that the modern financial world rewards behaviors that feel deeply unnatural to the human brain. That's the mismatch almost nobody talks about. Now here's where it gets really interesting. There's a concept in behavioral economics called loss aversion, and it explains why losing money feels way more emotional than gaining the same amount. For example, if someone handed you $50, you'd probably feel pretty good. But if you lost $50, that feeling sticks with you. You replay it in your head. You think about it for hours. Our brains react much more strongly to losses than gains, and once you notice this, you start seeing it everywhere. It's why people hold on to bad investments for too long, because selling makes the loss feel real. It's why saving money can sometimes feel uncomfortable, even though logically you know it's a good thing. Your brain experiences that money leaving your hands today as a kind of loss. And it's why some people spend money immediately after getting paid. Keeping the money feels stressful, but spending it creates temporary relief. From the outside, those behaviors can look irrational. But emotionally, they make perfect sense. Your brain is trying to protect you from pain. The problem is, sometimes that protection creates bigger problems later. This next part honestly changed the way I think about money. Researchers found something fascinating when studying how people think about their future selves. When participants imagined themselves years into the future, parts of the brain reacted very similarly to when they thought about strangers. Think about what that means. Your brain doesn't fully experience the future version of you as you, which explains a lot, right? Because saving for retirement sounds logical in theory, but emotionally, your brain is being asked to sacrifice comfort today for a person that doesn't feel fully real yet. That's why ordering food now feels more emotionally convincing than investing for 30 years from now. The reward is immediate. The future benefit feels distant and abstract. And once you understand that, you stop turning every financial struggle into a character flaw. A lot of people think, why can't I just be disciplined? But the truth is, you're fighting against wiring that naturally prioritizes the present moment. That's a much harder battle than most people realize. And then there's the social side of money. This one affects almost everyone. Human beings are deeply wired to care about status, belonging, and comparison. Thousands of years ago, staying connected to your group was essential for survival. Being excluded could genuinely put your life at risk. That instinct never disappeared. It just evolved. Today, instead of competing for survival, people compete socially. The nicer car, the better apartment, the expensive holiday, the lifestyle that says, I'm doing well too. And social media amplifies this constantly. You're comparing your real life to other people's highlight reels all day long. So when people overspend trying to keep up, it's usually deeper than vanity. A lot of the time, it's the brain trying to protect social belonging and self-worth. And the frustrating part is that the target keeps moving. As people earn more, their comparison group changes. Suddenly, the definition of normal becomes more expensive, which is why some people make six figures and still feel financially stressed. They're not chasing survival anymore. They're chasing social safety. And once you see that pattern clearly, you start making decisions more consciously instead of emotionally. In the last couple of videos, we talked about the financial rules most people were never taught. But this is the missing layer, because knowing what to do with money is one thing. Actually doing it consistently is a completely different challenge. So when it comes to money, there are a few invisible forces working in the background all the time. Your brain hates losses. It prioritizes immediate rewards, and it constantly compares your life to the people around you. Once you understand that, a lot of your behavior starts to make more sense. And honestly, that understanding matters, because people who feel ashamed about money usually make worse decisions, not better ones. But when you can recognize the patterns clearly, you finally have a chance to change them. That's what this channel is really about. Not fake motivation, not pretending success is easy, just understanding how money, psychology, and human behavior actually work in the real world. If that's the kind of content you're into, subscribe. And next week, we're talking about the exact moment money stops being logical and starts becoming emotional, and how that moment quietly controls a huge percentage of people's financial decisions. That video is probably going to feel uncomfortably relatable. See you there.